Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to Dracul Monthly Updates for the month of August. I'm your host, Prince Stephen, and let's go ahead and get into it because we've got a few topics to cover for August. As many of you already know, I was officially installed as the second Prince of Dracul in August. We had a great ceremony, had our Archbishop Williams, head of the Church of Dracul, there in attendance to carry out the ceremony and the crowning. So it was a really historic moment for Dracul because, we hadn't had a prince that had been crowned before. So it was, a very unique experience for us. Hopefully we'll continue on that legacy for, years to come for the, new lines, the new people in the line of succession when it gets to those points. And of course, with that, with me being officially installed, we had to get a new chancellor. And of course, the government has their line of succession, not just the royal family, but as well as the government. And so with Bruce Cooper being the head of state at the time that I was installed, he officially became the second Chancellor of Dracul. So we not only got a new prince, but we also got a new chancellor, new head of state, new head of government. So very exciting times of having different people in new, different leadership roles. So we're looking forward and excited to seeing how everything's going to play out. And we also have some other members of government too that we'll get into here in just a few minutes. With the new prince being installed, myself of course, we have a line of succession for the royal family, which was established as well. And Courtney is my crown princess. She's right after me. And then after that, Elijah, her son, is in line to become the prince after her resignation or demise, or passing away, whatever you want to call it. So we've got about 4 or 5 more people after me in line. And I would say that should they take it seriously and accept the role and carry it out to the end of their life, we should see well over 100 years of Dracul being in existence with a monarch, with an active monarch, that is. So that's certainly the goal. And of course, over time, the line of succession changes when, when children are born and added to it, and people pass away before, before they become installed into the position. So, those things will change over time, but we do have the initial line established. So it's very exciting being able to see who will come up next throughout the decades. For those of you who remember Prince Jacob, of course, the first Prince of Dracul, when I became installed, he did officially revert back to civilian life, and he's also rescinded his own titles and royal duties and royal status as well, to become a regular member of society again, of course, in our government, of course, now in the Parliament of Dracul. So we're going to see how well that works. So he's no longer being addressed as Prince Jacob, but is reverted back to his original name, Connor Modena. And he wanted to thank everybody for his support. And, he certainly enjoyed being in the role as long as he could, but unfortunately, it just really wasn't what he wanted. And that's completely understandable and to be respected, that someone who did not want to continue to hold the status rescind it, especially if they weren't comfortable and that really wasn't what they wanted to do. So Prince Jacob, now Connor Modena again. We recently had the Parliament elections, so we have new people in Parliament. Looking forward to seeing how well this is going to go. I, of course, as Prince, am going to be there to have the opening ceremony, opening Parliament. Looking forward to that, seeing how these new members of Parliament are going to do for Dracul, how well they're going to debate one another. That's always exciting when the fiery debates start. Respectfully, of course, but fiery, passionate debates, and seeing how well all these new members of Parliament are willing to benefit Dracul with new legislation and ideas. So I'm certainly looking forward to that. I'm sure many others are as well. And it's another step in the right direction for Dracul. So I'd like to give a shout out and thank all of those who are in Parliament, especially the new members. Thank you for your interest. Thank you for your participation. And thank you for your commitment of improving our great Commonwealth. The Prazan Military Academy, as many of you know, our military academy here in Dracul, helping others within the micronational community become better leaders, especially military-wise, is just a couple of weeks away from graduating its current basic class. But we do have advanced curriculum. A lot of people have been waiting on that, and this is the month that that's going to happen. We were aiming for the first or second week of September for Prazan's advanced curriculum to start. However, we do need just a little bit more time finishing up the tests, and then we should be good to go. So it will be happening this month, just a little bit delayed. We want to make sure we get it right. And for those of you who aren't aware of what Prazan is, certainly encourage you to take a look at it. You can find out more information at draculgov.com. It's for those who are interested in becoming better leaders and understanding military history and courtesies and various other things too. And of course, the advanced curriculum is going to dive more into things like leadership principles and marksmanship fundamentals and learning, the different parts of weaponry and how to navigate without GPS using the old school map, because, hey, you never know. Your GPS might fail. You can't always depend on technology these days, as we all well know. It fails more often than we need it to. Learning the old school ways of knowing how you're going to be able to get back home or get to the location. So things like that will happen. If you're interested, you will have to take the basic class first before you can take the advanced. It is tuition free. There is a small fee for, generating the diplomas and transcripts, $2. So it's not that much, but there is no tuition for actually attending. And we have both live classes and independent study. Independent study meaning, of course, that you do it at your own pace in your private time at home without an instructor there to teach it to you face-to-face or virtually. But there is that. And then, of course, as I mentioned, live classes for those who want to attend once a week with an actual instructor teaching the curriculum. So that's about it. That's all we have for the month of August. We'll be back in just a few weeks to discuss what's going on in September. Thank you again for your participation. And since it's Labor Day, happy Labor Day to everyone. And this is also now the month of Dracul's Foundation Day. So we'll talk more about that later in the upcoming weeks of what to expect. Coming up on, is it 6 years already? 2017, 18, 19, 2021, yep, 23. So 2017 to 2023, 6 years of Draculian existence. Y'all have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you soon.